Radio Aotearoa.
Keep it going. Turn it up. Feel the rhythm.
1368 AM, broadcasting in the Hawke's Bay.
You're listening to Saturday Morning Sports with Wes. Brought to you by Speedy Signs, Kingsland.
Hey, we're back in action. Your Saturday Morning Sport with WesSA, and I've got the Seuseu brothers. Morning, Jerry.
Good morning, WesSA. Good morning, Eds.
Morning, Jerry. Man, you've been missing in action for a few weeks there, Jerry.
Yeah,
I was telling WesSA the other last time we were on that you had to take an emergency break to get the Vikings back on track, and I see that they won their game last weekend. So that worked, eh?
That the sun moves a little bit slower and out here in Rewa.
Yeah, you know. And he did say that, Jerry. He said that you had an emergency meeting to talk about the Vikings. So this week they got the Magpies. How do you reckon you'll go today?
Well, man, interesting game. They got to beat the Vikings to have a chance at the top four. And if they lose to the Vikings, there's a possibility they could be playing for relegation. So the table's that tight, eh? So it'll be interesting to see the results at 4:00 today across the whole Fox, because some other results will be interesting as well.
It's coming down to the business end. So and I see the Mount Albert taking on the Saints.
Yep, Mount Albert taking on the Saints. I forget who Point Chev got. I think they might have Ponsonby.
Yes, they do. They got Ponsonby. Yep.
Yeah, because the top four is still out. I think the fourth spot is still in play. So there's a few teams going for it, and depending on results, the second to last place, just above the Saints, whoever sits fourth there, number 7, they have to go and play off against. I think it's Aotearoa at the moment in the Shaman to see who stays or goes up to Fox.
Oh, I saw that Aotearoa's second.
Yes, that's it. So the top place is automatic elevation into the Fox from the Shaman, and then the second place plays the second to last place in the Fox for the other spot.
Oh, so if it stays as it is, then it looks like the Raiders, Hibiscus Raiders, Ants Raiders will be in the Fox next year. You know?
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. If it stays the same, that's what's happening.
Yeah, there'll be those long drives, like you said, Jerry, up to Whangaparoa to have a game. Oh, mate,
you lose half your petrol money. You lose half your weekly allowance going up there, and then you might get lost the other half on the way back.
Yeah.
I think you need a visa nowadays to go up there, eh? only $1 million plus houses up there.
Oh, yeah. Well, what'd you say? Well, the foreigners that live up there, come on, mate.
South Africans, eh? Yeah. So, that Fox, man, it's exciting. WesSA, like Jerry said, the difference between third and seventh is just 1 win, 2 points. So tight. So, the Magpies and the Vikings is going to be a good game, and I think Point Share versus Ponsonby, 4th versus 7th. It's exciting time for the local league at the Fox level.
Yeah, sorry, what was that, Ed?
No, I was just saying that how Hornets and the Scorpions is going to be a good game today, because it's second versus third, eh? There's a 2-point difference.
Is that right? Yeah.
So it's going to be a tight one. And they if the Hornets get up at home, and they could be the one jumping in there. So it's exciting time for the local league.
Yeah, very exciting, and it's good. It's a good thing for local league to have it so tight, the races, both in Fox and in Shaman. I just want to switch gears to the NRLW. Have you boys been watching that, and what's your thoughts on how the teams are going?
Yeah, it's an exciting competition especially cool that there's a pathway for females to excel in the sport, and so happy with how the Warriors have started. They had a bit of a blip in round 2 when they only had 17 players available, so they played all of them. But now, the third round last week, they had a few more available and a few more coming back. So yeah, a couple of good wins so far for the Warriors girls, and then Brisbane and the Roosters still look like the ones that everyone's chasing, eh? Oh,
yep. I've got a soft spot for the Bulldogs. I know they're not. They've maybe got 1 win. Just because I've got a friend's daughter playing at number 9. Mary
okay.
Jane. Taito, so yeah, and she's local girl from Mangere East, so and she played well when they played against the Warriors. What are you liking about the Women's League, answers about the game? What do you think? What are you liking about the WNRL at the moment?
Yeah, like I mentioned a few weeks ago, I love the mix of old and young, especially all the new young talent that are coming through. And in terms of also the body shapes, they've changed so much over the years. They're all really athletic. Look like they've got a touch tag background, or athletic background. So it makes it really exciting, different shapes and whatnot. Different, because you see in the men's game, they kind of, over the years, everyone kind of looks the same, eh? You know what I mean? In terms of their body shapes, whereas with the women's game, they're all different types, which is good, and it makes it for a more exciting game. And just seeing the young kids come through, the 18 to 20-year-olds, and just shake it up, no fear, eh? Some of these girls, they come in and just run amok.
Yeah, that's one of the main things I hear a lot about is the tackling, the girls, and just the hits that have been each week. There seems to be a reel of some really big hits out there in the women's game. What do you think of that, Jerry? About just a different type of contact that they're playing out there in the women's game, and the excitement.
Yeah, that's right, because the game's still it's still developing. It's still relatively young, the whole competition. So not as sophisticated as some of the men's defensive systems. So there's a lot of so that means, man, the collisions and the old one-on-one challenges are still quite prominent, which is cool. And can I also say, man, it's still neat that you can have someone that was playing local league beginning of the year or even last year, and all of a sudden they're starting for the NRLWA. So the pathway's still quite open that way in terms of being able to get on there and live semi-professionally, because their pay rates are getting up too. So it's a cool way that way, for young ladies who want to get paid to play professionally. I think the Warriors got a young Jay. She was only playing local league and a little bit of league earlier this year, and now and then she's debuting, playing at hooker for the team. So awesome. It's cool to see that, which is not as open in the men's game.
Oh, so you're saying that Jasmine Huriwai? Yeah. So she was playing just local league, and then now she's studying. She's on TV.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, they were just local, and then they trained well. Obviously part of the preseason, and then they excelled so much that they got thrown in there, and they don't just make up the numbers. Hey, man, she had a brilliant first game. Hey,
just final thoughts of league this weekend. I'll start with you, Ed.
Yeah, looking forward to the Bulldogs and the Warriors tonight. Bulldogs would be desperate to just keep in the hunt for the 8, and the Warriors probably want to have a better performance than last week. So looking forward to that game. Last night's games were quite exciting, especially the Melbourne and Souths game, back and forth like table tennis. But yeah, looking forward to all the games this weekend.
Cheers. Yeah, that was exciting, last night's game. Jerry?
I was just thinking about the Fox, and if the local police could get down to Royal Park in Manukau, start doing all their registration checks, and especially on the playing group, and anyone with any kind of car issue, just get them towed, mate.
Overstayers, yeah.
Hey.
So looking forward to the local league, and hoping Bay they can get over the Magpies today and get into the 4.
Awesome. Hey, thank you guys again for this weekend. Have a blessed week. Your WesSA Saturday Morning Sports.
Want to talk sport? Call now Saturday Morning Sport with WesSA on 0508 Aotearoa. That's 0508 268 32762.